Dreamworks is an American film studio founded in 1994 and is responsible for creations such as Shrek, Megamind, and every teenager's crush. With a portfolio that stretches from timeless classics such as Woman Falls in Love with a Bee to Shutter Island, there's a high likelihood you've seen one of their films. And when they're not busy making another Shrek film, you can find them making another Trolls film instead. I mean seriously, who keeps approving these? And don't get me started on Kung Fu Panda 4. Just give the people what they want. Another flushed away film. But my god, do they know how to milk a franchise. 6 films from the world of Shrek, 3 How to Train Your Dragon films, 4 Kung Fu Pandas, 4 Madagascar films, and yet I still don't have a second B movie. I mean, pretty much every good animated film in the last 20 years has been made by Dreamworks. If we ignore Disney, and Pixar, and Illumination, and Sony. Yeah, but they didn't make Monsters vs. Aliens. So, what makes me laugh about Dreamworks films is that they'll have stuff like The Boss Baby and Captain Underpants, and they manage to come out with absolute heat like Puss in Boots 2. I mean, holy shit. They had absolutely no right to go this hard on animation. There's not been a single villain in the history of animation to be as villainous as Death, even though he didn't steal the moon. In the last few years, they've come a long way with art style and animation. Their latest release, The Wild Robot, was a massive success with a beautiful, heartfelt story combined with a gorgeous art style. I can't wait to see what's next. Dogman. Bruh. What the fuck is this? A story where they sew a dog's head onto a human's body. All jokes aside, it does look good, and if you've ever read the books by Dave Pilkey, you should be excited for this one. But Gabby's Dollhouse. Oh god, they've gone crazy. I take it back, make another Shrek film. Oh, they are? Oh, thank god. Shrek sees our friendly green ogre, Shrek, constantly get his peace disturbed, whether it's by everyone's favourite short king, Lord Farquaad.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Prince Charming.
Is that glitter on your lips?
Cherry flavored. Want a taste?
Ugh, what is with you?
But muffin cake.
Or this creep.
Simon!
The general theme to these films is that Shrek just wants to have a peaceful life with his family, and the world keeps screwing him over. In fact, a lot of DreamWorks films are relatable. The B-Movie sees Barry B. Benson quit his awful job in the pursuit of something better. Shark Tale is a film about the balance of life and love. And gambling? Woohoo! Hell yeah! Over the Hedge sees RJ struggle to repay his debt, and How to Train Your Dragon was just fucking awesome. Seriously, how can you not like a film about Vikings and dragons? Makes me feel like I'm back playing Ark. The entire trilogy is an emotional rollercoaster. We see Hiccup go on a journey from a boy into adulthood, finding his long-lost mother, losing his dad, and finding love along the way. Dreamworks genuinely cooked with this trilogy, and if you didn't cry once, then you deserve to be locked up, you heartless monster. Speaking of monsters, Monsters vs. Aliens follows Susan get turned into a giant by Space Gun, and the government immediately uses her as a weapon. It also sees Bob the absolute goat steal the show.
Would you like a gun? Yes, I would. Hey guys, look.
And the president plays some absolute heat. When it comes to making films about animals, Dreamworks know what they're doing. Madagascar sees Marty become discontent with being stuck in a cage and escapes with the help of these 4 masterminds, causing Alex, Gloria and Melman to track him down, only for all of them to be captured at Grand Central and shipped out to Africa. During the trip, the penguins manage to hijack the ship, sending the gang hurling overboard to wash up on the shores of Madagascar, and eventually discover the cult being led by King Julian. After Alex briefly goes insane and the gang comes to grips with their new environment, the lemurs regain their respect for the gang, and the penguins feed everyone sushi.
For me, impossible.
In Madagascar 2, the crew crash lands a plane on mainland Africa, and Alex goes on a journey to discover where he's from. Skipper marries a bobblehead, Gloria rejects Momo, and finds Malman. In Madagascar 3, the gang finds the penguins and chimpanzees in Monte Carlo Casino. Woohoo! Yeah, more gambling! After being discovered, the gang go on the run from this psychopath and join the circus permanently. Speaking of circus acts, Trolls based on these monstrosities follows small trolls, perpetually happy creatures who like to sing. Oh yeah, did I mention Dreamworks like their music? I mean, fuck, there's even a Shrek musical. Eventually, the trolls are discovered by Bergens, large, hideous, and miserable creatures, much like that of a Discord mod. Essentially, trolls are just Smurfs, but they sing. Like, non-stop. Speaking of ripping things off, Turbo is essentially Cars but with snails. Turbo sees Turbo dream to race in the Indy 500 against his heroes, but at last he is just a snail, until he gets sucked up by a Chevrolet Camaro and gains super speed, leading to a grown man having beef with a snail and nearly killing him. Several other one-off Dreamworks films include The Bad Guys, basically a film about a gang pulling off heists, much like you and your friends on GTA. Home, which is a weird film about aliens or humans, but sees Jim Parsons and Rihanna voice act.
To whistle.
I can't either.
It's one of those things.
I'm very surprised a musician can't.
What?
Ants, which is the first film Dreamworks ever made and came to be when Jeffrey Katzenberg was denied the position of president at Disney and said, fuck you, give me your idea, and yet still somehow made it worse. Now, we've discussed nearly every single Dreamworks film, and I haven't touched on a single greatest trilogy in the history of cinema. Kung Fu Panda. Yes, I'm choosing to ignore this 4th one. Kung Fu Panda sees Po, an adopted panda, accidentally become the Dragon Warrior, leading the Furious 5. We see a journey of self-doubt, determination, and gluttony, capped off with an epic final battle scene. Kung Fu Panda 2 somehow has the lowest rating of the three, which is bullshit, as it's by far the best one, and sees Po seek vengeance on Shen in yet another super epic battle scene. Kung Fu Panda 3 is a beautiful story of self-discovery, and yet another super awesome villain, and was the perfect way to end off this franchise until they fucked it. And don't get me started on Megamind 2, Lord knows what's going on with that. If there's one takeaway from all this, is that Dreamworks are incredible at making memes, villains, and sequels.